culture into one where bores and bullies are celebrated as heroes. It's cumulative, like water on stone, and the damage is real, and that's it, isn't it? I mean, if this was just one person, Joe, but we suddenly seem to have a rash of people saying things, posting photos of themselves. And we spoke about this a little bit. It's the same phenomenon as Kyle Rittenhouse, of people who have been involved in violent actions being celebrated by the right as some kind of hero.
Well, again, just based on my past, when we grew up, we thought this is something that extremists on the left did, not the guns and everything else, but breaking customs and being radical and attacking institutions, attacking the military, attacking the intel community. And it's just flipped on. It's like Kevin Williamson said, the right is having its hippie moment right now. But Ed Luce, I do want to talk about the guns, all of the people who now think they get elected by holding up military-style weapons and placing military-style weapons in the hands of their children. This is more than just, stupidity. It is ominous. Because they could say, hey, they're not coming after our guns. But that's what people said in 1994 when I was running for Congress. They're not coming after my guns. It's what people have always said. There are more guns today than ever before. Nobody's in danger of having their guns taken away. The United States Supreme Court, with Heller, actually acknowledged Second Amendment rights for the first time in the court's almost two-century history. So there's really no justification for holding these military-style assault weapons, semi-automatic assault weapons, other than sort of be basically a foghorn for political violence, it seems to me. I'd like to say I don't understand it. Unfortunately, I understand it all too well.
Yeah, I mean, of any image, I mean, that one that started it off of the highlights that Katy was showing there from Representative Massey with his whole family all heavily armed and him with his semi-automatic, that there's nothing that more disturbs people about America than the image of people thinking that kids should have guns, that guns should be conceal and carry in any public place, including schools and on planes. There's no place that would be sacred from guns, according to these people. It is the most insane side of America looked at from the outside, but also from many, many Americans, including most that I know, from the inside. I think the reason why it's getting worse, this sort of cultural, macho, really chilling imagery, is because the right needs to keep their base in a state of agitation. And the fear that they're coming for your guns, they're coming for your Bibles, they're coming to inject you with chips, they've got population replacement programs. This is the political strategy of the right. It doesn't succeed by arguing on empirical grounds about fiscal policy or about the size of the state or about traditional philosophical conservative issues. It's gone into a completely different mode. And it involves doubling down on cultural extremism. That is the logic of politics on the right nowadays. And the guns are, I think, the most horrendous expression of that. But it shouldn't surprise us.
Yeah, Philip, for me, this isn't about owning the libs as far as my reaction goes. I think I'm far more conservative on guns than most any guest I have on this show. And have always been a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. But my God, the people I grew up with in First Baptist Church in, Pensacola, Florida, or Meridian, Mississippi, they would never, when I was growing up, they'd keep their shotguns locked up. They sure as hell would never put a weapon in their child's hands. They just wouldn't do it because for 1,000 different reasons.